Well, hello again, me chums. Welcome to another little fly tying video. Hopefully something that you might want to tie up yourself or try, or alternatively you want to buy any of these, you can visit me on the Facebook group at Northeast Trout Flies. What we're going to do today is tie a cruncher. Great little nymph, excellent for straight line nymphing, especially when coupled up with buzzers on a washing line as well. They're quite effective. Great fly for this time of year, or any time of year really, if you're a dedicated nymph person. The hooks that we're going to use today are the Sprite Wet Competition in size 14. Just make sure you can see those. And these were kindly supplied to me by Northern Game, who sell these, and they have an excellent stock of them as well. Always in stock, all the different variations. So if you fancy some of these, get yourself over to Northern Game on the internet there, on Tinternet, and get yourself some of these ordered up. Very competitively priced as well. Ian's a cracking guy, so if there's anything you need or any advice you need on the hooks, he's your man. Just give him a shout. So what we're going to start with, the thread I've chosen today is the Textreme Midge thread. This is the Kiwi Olive. Very, very nice colour. I really like this one. Really good colour. That's the thread we're going to be using. We're also going to be using the Magic Quill, which is excellent stuff. Going to be using a genetic cock cape just for the tail. Doesn't have to be this exact colour, but you just want one in olive. Had this one for quite some time, and I love the shine on this, like a golden olive. And finally, for the hackle, I'm going to be using the tips of an old jungle cock cape, but again, you don't need to do this. You could just use brown or black cock or hen, whatever you want to do, just for the hackle. Now, I prefer a hen for the hackle for my nymphs because I think it moves a lot more, gives the fly more life. But it's totally down to you. So there we go. The hooks are barbless. Just a quick look at the hooks. I love these. Kind of an eagle claw effect here on the barb. As I said, barbless, but I love the way they turn up. Give you a really good hook hold and really stay in that fish. You can put quite a bit of pressure on the fish as well with these hooks, I find, and they don't come off. I mean, you have to play them correctly, of course, but if you keep that line fairly tight, you won't lose them. It's a good strong hook. I would say it's probably I think it is a ×2 gauge. It doesn't actually say on there, but it's quite a strong hook. It's not as light as the dry hooks, and I find them somewhere in between a standard dry hook and the wet fly comps. Which this is a wet fly comp, but the alternative to these. Quite a strong hook anyway. Won't open out easily. Good strong hook. Really well made as well. The eyes actually close properly. I find on some of the cheaper hooks where the eye meets, where the eye gets curled back across and meets the shank, there's a gap. Sometimes your leader can come through there and the fly can come off. I've had that happen in the past. Anyway, without any further ado, what we're going to do, we're going to tie on. Just tie on to about there. I think I'm a bit more prepared today. I have one of the chew reels. I have been tying with rabbit fur, so I apologise. It's everywhere. So if there's stuff flying all over, that's what it is. Hope everyone's been well. Hope you've had a good week and you're looking forward to the weekend, whatever form of fishing you're going to do. Personally, I'll probably be doing a little bit of saltwater fishing this weekend if the weather behaves, because it's been terrible. I've had so much rain and flooding. Right, so what I'm going to do, I've just prepared this. I've took the kind of garden side off, take the tip off as well, and I've left myself with just this middle bit here. What I'm going to do is just grab a little bunch. It's about quarter of an inch of it, and just trap it like that, and that's going to be the tail. Offer it up to the hook. The size of the hook, I tend to put the tail another third back from there, just for a size, just to marry the size up, make it look formal and neat. I'm hoping this video is not too close for you. I'm trying to keep it close so you can see exactly what's going on, but I apologise because I know my mitt's going to be coming in the front of the camera. So I'm going to take this down to where the bob would be, maybe it's a little further back. Actually, just before the bob, that's the only way I leave it, sorry. Just on or before the bob, because we're going to put in the quill, or the magic quill, or HD quill, or whatever you want to call it. So what I've done with this, I've prepared it. I've just trimmed the edge. Don't know if you'll see. I've just chamfered the edge of it there. Can you see that? Just chamfered the edge. And we're going to tie this in. Just on the edge. And then we're going to bring it back up to about just over half. And then we'll leave it there for now. What we're going to do, there's a little ingredient I forgot to mention there. I'm going to take some red holographic tinsel, just like that. I'm going to tie this in just where the thorax area is. Bringing the thread right up just to before the eye. But we're not going to take it any further than that. I'm going to take a few wraps of this round just to build up a thorax. Touch and turns if you can. Be mindful that you want to leave a few mil at the end of the, before the eye here, because you're going to tie a hackle in. Right, I'm going to trap that now, just with the thread, a couple of turns. And then we're going to take the excess away, like so. Then we're going to take the magic quill and we're going to go clockwise, touch and turns. It doesn't take many on this, it's only a size 14. And we're going to stop it about there. So that was 3 turns in. Then we're going to trap that. Crunchers are very simple patterns, but they can be so effective. You can outfish buzzers on the day. I mean, it is basically a buzzer / nymph. It's quite a bit. Sorry about all this fluff. It's not looking very attractive, is it? It's just that I've got stuff everywhere. Right, try and get rid of that if I can. That's actually the thread that. Right, so this is the bit I like the best. So I'm going to take the tip of one of these. This is an old jungle cock cape, as I said. I just want the tips. Let's make sure you can see that. So I'm going to find a narrow tip because it's only a size 14. We don't want very broad hackle. You can do. Some people do tie them with a really big hackle in. I don't, personally. What we're going to do with this is we're going to tie it in reverse. So what I'm going to do is just part this as close to the end as I can. Just stroke the fibres back so you end up with something that looks like that. Okay. And then we're going to tie that in on the sparse bit where we've pulled the fibres back. Just again, make sure you're leaving yourself enough space for it to tie off. Trim this front bit off. Well, sometimes, because I'm working on a small fly, sometimes this can't pull out, but we'll see. Right, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple of turns round, but I am going to use my hackle pliers. I don't really have to, but this stuff's just got a habit of snapping on us. So we're going to take it round once, push those fibres back, just gently. We'll only need a couple of turns. And then we're going to go over again. Pardon me hand, I'm sorry I'm blocking you, but I've got to get it right round there. And then what we're going to do is just catch that in with the thread. Don't worry about anything going forward because it's all going to be pushed back. Doesn't have to be super neat at the moment. So we've got a couple of turns on that. Then we're going to take the excess off. Being careful for your thread. You don't want to be cutting your thread, which I've done many times. I'm sure we all have. Right, so then wet your fingers just a little bit of moisture. Stroke those back gently. Try and get them to a point where you can't see anything sticking out the front. Excuse me, my belly's just rumbled, if you heard that. And then we're going to take a few turns, a few wraps to there. From here, just a quick whip finish. I'm going to do it 4 times just to make sure. Don't push the hackle back too far. Right. Get rid of the excess stuff because it's rubbish. Okay, I'm going to fluff these up a little bit so I can have a look. And basically, obviously you're going to varnish. You're going to put some varnish in. Put a few straggly fibres there, but that is the finished fly. Nice cruncher. It's got a beautiful segmented body. the green showing up through underneath with just that little flash of red on the thorax. The thorax to emulate the kind of blood filling on the nymph as it's trying to get to the top to break out and hatch. So that is it. I mean, basically all you have to do from here is just put a little bit of varnish on. I mean, I don't have to show you that. I'm sure everyone knows how to put varnish on, but when you do varnish the fly, it finishes it off. Just keeps that thread safe. But it's a cracking little pattern. Very popular with the Irish lads, these colours, because they like the olives and the sooty olives. But I've used this to great effect on the still waters over here. Normally on the washing line. Sorry, it does look untidy when I haven't varnished it. It's bugging me, but it's pointless showing you know how to varnish. So all you do is you just get a little drop of varnish and just pop it on there. In fact, you know what? It's bugging us so much I'm going to have to do it. I don't use the brush applicator for this because it'll just go all over the hackle. I've got to be careful. So what I do is I get the brush and I just take me dubbing needle and I just pick up a little bit like this. Like it literally is a drop. Just pick a little drop up. That's all you need. And we're just going to gently drop it on. It's a good job I used to be a welder. Because my hand's steady. Not as steady as it used to be, but it's still steady. And we're just going to touch that on all the way around. There you go. You're going to have little fibres. There's nothing you can do about that. And I don't think the fish are going to stop and go, oh, hang on. I'm not going to take that one, chum, because it's got a few fibres sticking off the front. Doesn't happen. Anyway, there you go. It's the olive holographic crunch, I will call it. That's what it is. But it's a great little pattern. If you can get the materials together, get some tied up, get them on your cast. Especially good on the washing line. You can chop and change the colours. I prefer this one. I do like a black with the red thorax. And I also like the black with the mirage thorax or even green sometimes. But there you go, chums. Quick and easy fly. Get some tied, get them in your box. And happy fishing. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. There is a lot of different stuff on the channel at the moment. There's going to be fly tying, a bit more fly fishing, sea fishing, just whatever I go and do, but it's always worth a punt. But thank you for watching, as I say. Have a great weekend. Catch loads of fish. Take care of yourselves.